13, we'll be assembling the front upper chassis and the front pushrod mount. Okay, so this is what we're aiming at building. Okay, and here's our parts pack. First off, I'd just like to point out that it's issue 13, but they've given us part pack 14. I don't know if that's a typo error or whatever, because all the previous issues have all matched up, 13 to 13 and so on. But yes, that's that. So we'll have a quick look through our book. The early outcome of the 2002 F1 season. Michael Schumacher. Okay, Ross Brawn here with Michael Schumacher. Okay, Ralph Schumacher's crash at Australia, 2002 Championship. The Iceman, Kimi Räikkönen. One photo he's actually smiling in. Okay, and some more here on our front end with the steering slider. A bit of the knuckle arm and the track rod here. Okay, really showing us in depth of how it's all going to come together. Okay. And our parts for issue 13. Now we've got our front upper chassis with some countersunk screws and our front pushrod mount. Alright, so here are our instructions. Okay, only a couple of quick and easy things this week. And that's pretty much it, guys. There's a happy Mark Webber. Alright, and next week, issue 14, we have our left upper wishbone, ball flanges, pillow balls, and screws. Okay, guys, so first off, alright, we're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. Okay. Obviously, our front end, the upper chassis, and our pushrod mount. Okay. Now, first off, lay your front chassis, okay, with the countersunk holes facing down. At first I thought that was weird, but down it is. Okay, so we'll lay it out as shown in the booklet. Okay, with the countersunk holes face down. Now, I'm going to grab your pushrod mount, okay, and the longer of the 3 screws, okay. Now you're going to place your screw through the countersunk hole here at the top of the pushrod mount, okay, and stick that pin through that hole down there, okay. Now that screw there should line up that screw there should line up with that hole, okay. Should line up with that. When I was building the other one, I did the front ones first, assuming that they would be easier, and it just sort of didn't really pull it into square. It was a bit off balance. Okay, so tighten it up, nice and tight. Okay, now you want to grab one of your screws, okay, and then screw it into one in each of these bottom 2 front holes here in the pushrod mount, okay, in through the front upper chassis into the spaces that we put on last week. Okay, now for this, you're probably going to have to grab some pliers, okay, those ones aren't going to work because they're too big, or hold it with your fingers because the spacer will spin around while you're tightening it up. It will get to a certain point there where it will grab and you won't have to screw it, and you won't have to hold it in while you're doing it up. Also, if you're a magician and you can hold your screwdriver in one end and a screwdriver in the other and spin them at the same time, you could tighten them up. That way it would make it a bit easier. Okay, so now just grab your final screw. Okay, doing the final stages of this second one should be slightly easier because the pressure pushing down on the spaces will stop them spinning. In some cases it will spin just a little bit, but not too much. So guys, we've got our front end done. We've got our pushrod mounts on. We're front upper chassis. and the front of the car's really starting to come together. So next week, as I said, we've got our upper left wishbone. And finally, on a different topic, issue 24, I've seen on the Model Space forum, comes with the wheel bearings, okay, for the rims. By the looks of it, they're fixed in, I believe. So if you guys are like me and have a whole heap of spare tyres, I'm assuming we're going to need bearings for our tyres, so we're not taking the bearings off when we're swapping the tyres over. But that's just my view. I'll get bearings for each of the rims. And yeah guys, so that's just one thing I had to bring up with issue 24. Also too, if anyone knows if the actual nut that goes through that and holds it onto the front is a fixed in nut like the real tyres, or it's just a separate nut that you just screw on. Yeah, so if any of you guys know that, can you let us know? Yeah, because otherwise I might have to get multiples of those as well. So yeah guys, so next week, front upper wishbones, okay, a bit here on Albert Park, and we look forward to seeing all you guys next week, and keep on liking and viewing, subscribing, and feel free to leave your feedback and comments. Thanks guys, bye.